Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to JACKOCAR, and this is the final event on F1 2020, and it's a mini cup series, and throughout Tuesday and Thursday, we'll be running every single track that was run during Season 3 of the Cup Series, but with a twist. Every race that they're going to be doing, well, the driver's going to be doing, not me, is going to be a 5-lap championship. The last one was held at the end of Season 1 back in June last year, where we saw Jamie, also known as J-Luke, take the title. But would anyone be able to stop him? My name is Jess. I'll be your commentator for both of the days of recovering this, and I'm usually used to racing on a Tuesday night, but I'm hanging up my racing gloves and in the commentary box for these 2 nights, so should be a lot of fun. So before we get started and introduce the drivers, let's have a quick rundown of the tracks we are going to be visiting, as well as the format. So we'll go through the format first. So it's not like the one we did last year where we had all the races in one night and it was all worked out by the game and all that. We're going to be having 9 races tonight, which you can see on the first half of the screen, June the 1st. I'll go through those now. So we're starting off in Australia, then we're going to China, then we're going to Hungary, Singapore, Britain, Bryn Short, Monaco, Monza, and then Zandvoort. And then obviously June the 3rd, we're going to the other tracks, but I'll talk a little bit more about the other tracks when we go to them on Thursday. Multiplayer cars, just like normal. I think that's the thing that really hasn't changed, really, to be honest. 5-lap races, as I said. Random grids, no one-shot qualifying, no qualifying at all, so we won't know who's starting on pole position. We won't know until we get onto the grid, really, which is, for us, it's like a split second. The drivers know who's where. Well, they only know which driver's where. They don't know anyone else, really, to be honest. Ghosting is off, like the normal JACKOCAR rules. Reduced damage, so they're not going to have simulation damage this time, which gives more of the drivers a chance to survive, I guess. Regular corner cutting, and it follows the Cup calendar from Season 3, like we said earlier. So yeah, it should be an interesting event, I've got to say. A variety of drivers covering both of the events as well. And I'm going to have to do some maths on Thursday, because I'll have to quickly work out as I'm going along, like who's doing well and stuff like that. Whereas tonight I can actually tell you on the fly, so that's good news. But anyway, we'll go through the drivers, as the drivers are readying up now. So I may as well go through, if I can find the list. There we go. So in no particular order, it's the list that Jacko's given me, so I'll go through in this order. So we got Yuri that's racing tonight. He raced in the Cup Series last season. We got Pete, who has been a 5-lap champion before, so he's expected to do well. We have one of our commentators who usually commentates on the Thursday night, Owen Wyatt, in the cockpit tonight. We got Dexter, who races in Kia Series, as well as Jamie White, J-Luke. We got Waze, who raced in Kia. Kieran, who raced in the Cup Series last season, who did quite well, actually. Indecisive, who raced in Kia. Cam Carl raced in Cup. And we got Bazza and Snewgarden that raced in Kia. Arnold, who raced in Cup Series. Kai, who raced in Kia. And then we got Khalifa and Thomas, who's raced in Cup Series. And then we got Josh, who is a complete newbie to this, so that should be interesting. And then obviously we got the league owner himself, Jacko, racing tonight, and he also commentates for the Cup Series. So there we go. So it doesn't leave me enough time to go through the actual track that we're starting at first. Australia. First happened in 1996. Damon Hill actually won the first race. 5.4 kilometres long, 16 turns. Who's going to win the entire event? We don't know, because I usually get predictions on and it never goes well. So we're about to get underway. I can't tell who's on pole, because I can't tell which livery he's on. It's Yuri that's on pole, and we are underway. And it's a pretty good start from both of them as they head towards Turn 1. Turn 1 could be very, very tricky. Someone has actually gone off already in Turn 1. I'm not quite entirely sure who that was. That was Kaya, actually, has gone off. There's already a bit of debris already. That's what Turn 1 does for you. We got the reigning champion going side by side with Razor. Someone has gone off again. There's loads of pile-ups happening at the moment, but it is Pete that's leading quite some substantial margin over Kyle. Yuri, who's dropped down into third, our current champion of JACKOCAR Season 3. Khalifa is in 4th place, not looking too bad at the moment. He's looking to go for ascent into turn 9. Yuri tries to cover off the inside, doesn't quite do it. We got Arnold as well. So we'll see what positions people gained, actually. Unfortunately, it's not telling me. Yes, it is, actually, as Kyle's gained the most, as well as Jamie, as well as up into 7th place as well. I wonder if we're going to see people go into the pits. I wonder, as we'll see the infamous turn 12. I have to say, a few people, including myself in Australia, we've had really bad history around there, as Jamie tries to go around the inside of Jacko into turn 13. He made that stick quite well, but I'm sure that Jacko could go for the cutback, but he did not. It's going to be 3 wide. Sorry, I'm losing my voice already. We're on the first lap as we head towards the final corner already. Khalifa's already 2 seconds down on Kyle, so the battle is not helping there, and I believe someone has gone into the pits. No, they're not. They're all staying out, which is good to see. Obviously, they don't have to pit. Meanwhile, Indecisive gets past Wade up into P9 as well, and quite a few drivers not doing very well. And just a quick reminder as well, it's not like the normal JACKOCAR point, it is the normal Formula 1 point, so it goes from 25, 18, 15, etc. All the way down to 1 point, and then if they're inside the top 10, they get the fastest lap point as well. I forgot to tell you that in the little preamble that we had earlier on, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Someone is already trying to go side by side into what looks like turn 7. It's like people going 3 wide. Their car just having a little bit of a race on its own, but we've still got a battle for the lead. Meanwhile, Yuri gets past Arnold into turn 11, just the start of sector 3. Past turn 12. Now that they're going to have the benefit of the DRS system, they've got to manage their ERS effectively more as well, because only 5 laps, the progression will be different. Heading towards turn 14. Now we've got Dexter, who's getting past Cam. Now, apologies that I'm not keeping track on the bow. We got almost Cam going for dive bomb almost there. I saw someone almost going for a dive bomb, but they're heading towards the final corner anyway, as we're heading towards lap 3, and DRS is actually enabled this lap. It's just a timing tower of hell that was going against me. It's a little bit of contact heading into turn 3, heading towards turn 4. DRS was activated, and Pete retained your race lead, but how much longer is Carl's all over the back of him as well. Khalifa's almost in DRS range within 1 second. So the train is starting to grow just a little bit, as we already got a bit of contact, as we got Wade who's gone into the barriers. I'm not sure if that's damage there, and we've got Owen in the pits already, so he's not having a good start. And we've got Carl, who's got a send already just past turn 10, and now heading towards turn 11 as well. They've got to be careful though, because we've got Jamie also catching like a hawk as well, as he goes past Arnold too. No penalties as of yet, so that is brilliant. I'm glad that they haven't got any penalties at the moment. So let's see if Arnold can actually go for the pass. He's not actually going for it. These drivers are keeping it clean. They have been told to keep it clean, of course, as we watch the front battle happen once again. Now, we do have Kieran and Thomas. They'll be joining us later on. We saw Indecisive gets past Dexter, but meanwhile, Khalifa's just wheeling in Pete and Carl up front now. And he's going to have the DRS to his advantage. Carl is not going to either. I think Pete's a little bit too further back, so is Khalifa, so unless Pete could gain a little bit of speed in the corners, which I doubt is going to happen, to be honest. But again, we will have to wait and see. So the gaps are starting to tumble at the back of the field. But at the front of the field, this is where the real action is heading at this moment in time. As you can see, Arnold wanted to go for a lunge, but to be honest with these 5 lappers, you really have to go for battles left, right and centre, because if you leave it too late, then the pressure's probably going to get to you. So you've got to get the move done ASAP, really. And there's plenty of places in Australia where you could have a little bit of a fancy overtake. So as we head towards turn 11 now, as Jamie almost made a bit of a mistake there as well. Here comes Arnold going side by side, DRS wide open as well, heading towards turn 13, down the inside and, well, the outside, to be honest, as he's up into P5 already, and I know Jamie will definitely want to fight back as well. I think it's all about the battle for the top 10, even though Newgarden could potentially catch up to P10, but it would require Cam to make a mistake, to be honest with you. We've got Yuri also in the fight too, with Arnold as they get towards turn 1, as well as Jamie as well. Jamie having the best of starts and definitely wants to get his championship campaign to a winning start. In the last championship, the person who won the first race went on to win the championship. So, would history repeat itself? We'll find out by the end of Thursday, because don't forget this goes on for 2 nights of this campaign, of course, and this is the final event that we're doing on F1 2020. Has Khalifa 2 tenths now. He is ever so close to getting P2. I know he wants the podium, but he's a champion, for goodness sake. He wants to fight for as many points as he can, as Waze has gone into the pits for damage. Peter's already gone almost into the wall, and he's fallen victim of turn 12, and that's allowed Khalifa to go. Thank you very much, and get the pass on that as Jamie's out of the race. I think, was that? Let me just have a go on board. Oh, that is turn 12 as well. So we had a lot of people falling victim to turn 12, but Carl comes across the line anyway, and he wins the first race of the night of the final lap championship. Khalifa comes across the line in second, Pete in third, Arnold in fourth. Jacko representing the league well, comes across the line in P5. A good result for him, doing the best out of the commentators in this league, well, in this championship so far. Yuri comes across the line in 6th position, and we got Dexter, Indecisive, Kyle, Newgarden, and we're just waiting on 3 more drivers. Owen Wyatt, Kaya, and Waze. And Carl's going to be a little bit of a while, I think, as well as Waze, but at least they're still going. Still chance for people to get fastest lap and steal it from the top 10, as you can tell that if you get damaged, then you're probably going to lose a whole chunk of time in these 5 lappers. So he comes across the line, P11. Not ideal, but that doesn't mean he's going to get a bad championship, because we've seen how people can recover even from starting low down. So we got Kaya, who comes across the line in 12th. Here we go. So he's finished at least. And I think Waze finishes as well. So there we go. That is the first round of the night for you. And the game has given Kyle driver of the day. So I might make a note of driver of the day. What do you think? But anyway, we will get your results very soon. And be interesting to find out about the liveries. I think most people have not changed their liveries tonight. I don't think I have to judge them, which is a relief, so I can actually just focus on the racing. But we'll get the results for you as well coming up. So Kyle won the race by 5 tenths over Khalifa. Then we got Pete in third, technically for the championship 5 from the Cup Series in the top 4. So there we go. So they are proving their worth in this 5 lap championship as well. So we got Kyle, Khalifa, Pete, Arnold, Jacko. We got Yuri, Dexter, Indecisive, Cam, and then Newgarden. No one outside the top 10 gets an extra point, because Owen Wyatt gets the fastest lap. So he stole the point from outside the top 10. Well, they don't get a point outside the top 10 anyway. But it was a 1:20.8, the fastest lap. Kai in 12th, Waze in 13th, and Jamie in 14th. He's classified even though he's a lap down, which is all good news. And then looking at your standings, and not much has changed, obviously, because we only done 1 race, but here they are. And I don't need to scroll out, because we only have 14 drivers at the moment. So that is interesting, I have to say. Clean turn 1, which was quite interesting, actually. I thought that was going to be a bit more carnage turn 1, but wait until we get to Monaco in a pretty much towards the end of the night. But we're not there yet. We're going to be heading to China next. First opened in 2004, costed $400 million to make. And it's been transformed into one of motorsport's most impressive modern facilities. We saw Nico Rosberg take the first win for Mercedes in F1 back in 2012. Michael Schumacher took his 91st and final Formula 1 victory here in China as well. So that was pretty decent as well. So the track is 5.4 kilometers long, 16 turns, 7 to the left, 9 to the right, and 2 DRS zones. And they'll only have 3 laps to use it. It is one of the trickiest on the calendar, I would say, in terms of tyre temperature. So I wonder if people are going to play it safe, or they're just going to give it their all. I wonder that the latter half is probably going to help it at this moment in time. So If you are liking what you're seeing so far, don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn notifications on so you know when to not miss a video. And yes, we're about to head to the next race. Don't forget random grids, ghosting off, reduced damage, and regular corner cutting. So that's why we're not seeing as much penalties, because to be honest, whoever does get a penalty around here is probably stupid. But anyway, the drivers are keen to get going, and also another point as well to make, they don't have setups. That's why they readied up very quickly. They've got preset setups. So they have 5 presets to choose from, and they have to go for obviously the one that suits them. And we're about to get on the way. So who's going to be on pole this race? We will see. I will probably get used to the liveries by now, and I can tell who will be on pole position. Because usually I think I would say P2 around here gets the best run to the line. So I think it's either Waze or Indecisive. No, it's not. It's Waze probably. I can't even tell. It's Arnold actually's up pole. Waze in second. It's lights out, and away we go. It looks like Arnold has a much better start already, and it's always seemed to be a bit of contact in the background as they head towards the infamous turn 1 to 3 complex. Really hard as well. We got some spinners already. We got Kaya, the Indecisive, that's gone for a trip in the gravel trap, which is so easy to do around here. As we got people going side by side in the background. Here goes Cam on the right-hand side of Jacko heading towards, let me just check what corner it is. I think it's turn 6 if I'm not mistaken. And we'll look at positions gained as well from the drivers. So the biggest gainers, Khalifa, Owen White, they gained 3 and 4 positions respectively. Jamie, again on a roll, he's gained at 7, but he's looking to gain another position past Mr. Owen White. So here he comes down the left-hand side of turn 12. Can he make it move? He's going to go for almost a double overtake, but looks like Wade closes the door there. But Jamie almost going wide there as well. That's allowing Arnold to actually pull away from the rest of the field as we got a yellow flag. I'm not quite sure that is Kaya actually, but we'll see what's going on in the background. We've got Jamie, I think, going on to the inside of Waze, as well as we got Owen as well going side by side. There's pretty much battles everywhere you look. Pete's not having a good race so far. Drop down 3, and Jacko Tut is dropped down 6. So they need to get a move on, of course, but usually if you're that low down the grid, you don't usually finish well as well, as Owen gets past Waze up into P4. A nice move into turn 1 there, but we could see Yuri going on to the inside of, oh, there's a bit of touching there. There's almost a bit of carbon fibre floating up past turn 4 there. So, and you head towards this little kink of turn 5. I don't really call it a turn, but there's going to be more send. There's a bit of contact there as Yuri's front wing is flying. That's allowing everybody else to make their way through. And Cam has made his way past Owen. And I think Pete's going to probably get him as well. I have a feeling Wade has got some internet issues, which is a bit unfortunate. And I was right there, so Wade has left the session. So a lot of people are going to try and get past Wade's AI, which is, to be honest, it's easier said than done. As we could see, a lot of cheeky dive bombs heading towards turn 4. I'm losing the track of corner numbers. Let me check. Yeah, 12 and 13. There we go. And then heading towards 14 now, as Jacko gets past Wade's AI there. So no problems there. Who's close? So we got Pete on the back of Mr. Owen White in the hairpin there. Can he send it down the outside? No, we can't. And we've got Yuri trying to make ground once again after his troubles. He's got a penalty, so he must have cut the corner very badly, or he must have went into someone, I'm not entirely sure. So he's going to jump way down the order. I'm almost certain of that. So that's not good for him. As Jacko tries to hold on to his line through turn 2 and into turn 3, which he does quite well. He could be on a point streak here as I try not to jinx these drivers. And Newgarden as well, as Newgarden's hit the wall, and luckily it's reduced damage, because if it was simulation damage, I'm almost certain it would have been his full front wing gone. So thank goodness that did not happen. So the front 2 are basically running away with it at the moment, Arnold and Khalifa. 7/10 behind. I don't talk about them that much, and they're doing well. So that's the trick, you see. Luke and Austin, when they did the 5-lap championship last season, they bigged up these two, right? They especially bigged up Khalifa. And you know what happened? Khalifa didn't win the championship. So there you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. But anyway, they're having a battle anyway up front. There may be some battles going on, I think, in the background as well. But I'll keep an eye on that. Garner's unfortunately left the session. So it may be his wheel, actually, because he's probably finding it hard to get going. But here comes, I think it's Kyle on to the back of Cam. And we got Dexter as well going side by side. It's going to be very tight towards the final corner. Just a slide of cuts could possibly get you a warning. As you can see, Pete going side by side there. Almost going for the double overtake. Oh, a bit of touch in there. A bit of end plate missing there as well. So that may mean a trip to the pits potentially, as Yuri and Newgarden have gone into the pits for their damage, I believe, as well. So they're not going to score any points this race. But it's not just about one night, it's about 2 nights, as Jacko is under pressure by his ERT compatriot, Dexter. And looks like Jacko just about holds on into, I can't remember what corners.com, just past turn 6. And now towards turn 7. And I think, to be honest, this battle's going to go on and on, I have to say, as well, between these two. Here comes Cam. Carl's gone a bit wide there into turn, well, in the middle of turn 10, as Waze has just joined the session. So that's good. So he'll be back for the next race. So here we go, then heading towards this back straight as well. This is where you're going to lose a lot of dirty air if you can't make the move stick as quickly as you can. And I found a lot of people tend to spin about there. So watch out for these drivers. And doesn't look like there's going to be a move there. Actually, there is, as Dexter gets past Jacko into turn 14. And then heading towards turn 13 is Jacko going to go for the switchback as my intervals decide to play up on me. Stupid game, as Jacko's gone wide. But luckily he saved it just in time. He's going to go side by side with Dexter once again. And is Jacko going to do one-on-up on Dexter this race? We will see. No, he does not. Dexter does get past as well. We can see Cam still fighting Carl as well. They're still going side by side past turn 5 now. Heading towards turn 6. Carl with a better entry into this corner. And this is allowing him to get a better traction into turn 6 and 7. Cam is not giving up though. Carl versus Cam. A little bit of a tongue twister, I have to say, as well. The 2 leaders are still fighting. So let's watch out there as Khalifa has gone a bit wide. Is it allowing Jamie to gain a bit of time on the leaders? Probably not. I think it's going to be too little too late for the reigning 5-lap champion. But the place on the Hall of Fame is at stake. If Khalifa wants to go for the move, he's got to go for the move now, and I'm absolutely loving his livery. I think he must have run it in the 5-lappers. If he hasn't, it looks really cool anyway. It's just really well designed. Arnold and Khalifa actually running quite similar liveries actually today. They could be going side by side heading towards the final corner. Remember, we saw some battles like this in the Championship 5 in Season 1 as Jamie comes across the line in 3rd. And we got P and Girl going side. But actually, no, it's Carl and Cam going side by side as we got Owen across the line in 4th. Pete in 5th position. And we got Cam in 6th. No, Carl in 6th, Cam in 7th. Dexter just about gets Jacko. I think it's a photo finish. I want to see the gaps between that. So I don't know if they got any penalties. I doubt it. Waze comes across the line in 10th. And then we're just waiting for indecisive. Yuri, I don't think he's going to drop anyway, despite the penalty that he has got. And I do believe that Newgarden did have internet issues. So that's probably why he left and rejoined again. So Yuri comes across the line in 12th. So we're just waiting for Kaya and Newgarden to come across the line. Hopefully it shouldn't be that long. Yes, it shouldn't be that long either. So all is well. 28 minutes of the stream already. So, and we still got 7 more races to go after this one for tonight at least. And we thought that the ending was going to go on for a bit longer there. But it's familiar people that you're seeing in the top 2 steps of the podium. We're going to ignore the podium celebrations for the time being and get your results. So we've got Arnold, who won the race. Khalifa got the fastest lap point because he finished inside the top 10. So that's 19 points for him. J-Luke in 3rd. Owen Wyatt has actually got some points on the board now in 4th position. Pete in 5th. Carl in 6th. Cam in 7th. Dexter in 8th. Jacko in 9th. And Wade in 10th with Indecisive Yuri, Kaya and Newgarden failing to score. But at least they all finished today. And your overall standings so far, we got Arnold, who's currently leading the championship. Tied, actually, on points. But I don't know how it gets worked out, actually. But I will be inputting all the race results anyway after tonight. So I will work out if he does go to count back. I hope he doesn't, because otherwise more calculated for me. Anyway, then we got Kyle, then Pete in 4th on 25. Jamie in 5th on 15, and we got Owen White, Jacko, Dexter, Yuri, Cam, Indecisive, Wade, and Newgarden. Kai, the only driver that has failed to score so far, but hopefully he could score in the next track, which that we like to call Monaco without the barriers. It is Hungary, and this is where we saw Paul McGuinness take his first JACKOCAR win. To be fair, Khalifa did let him pass, but to be fair, a win's still a win, and I was watching that race back, and to be honest, I screamed when Paul won the race. So there we go. Shame he's not racing tonight, though. But there we go, as I think we're waiting for a few drivers to join back in. So luckily, I've got plenty of notes about this track, so we will go through a little bit more about that, as I think there's no... I think there's just one person that just joined. So, first opened in 1986, and it's kind of the most popular one in Eastern Europe. Overtaking is extremely difficult, so I wonder if more people are going to go for cheeky dive bombs. I will not be surprised, because keeping on car on the track is particularly tricky, especially towards the chicane of turn 6. Between turn 6 to 9, I'm almost certain. I've done it in a few races around Hungary. Well, I just spun when I follow another car, and that's not good. So that is just not the best here. So, and we only got one DRS zone, which is actually 2 DRS zones. One at the start, finish straight, and one heading towards turn 2. So, you know, I think probably turn 1 and turn 2 as well. Probably going to be seeing the most overtakes, to be honest. Dynamic weather as well, I forgot to mention as well. So we could see rain. We haven't seen rain yet, which I'm not surprised, because in the last 5-lap championship that we did in JACKOCAR, only the last race was raining, and that was Russia. Now, I'm almost going to say that Britain is probably going to rain, maybe Singapore too, but if the drivers are watching this, they're going to be like, Jess, don't jinx it. I won't say anything more. I'll keep it quiet. But anyway, we're about to get underway once again. So who's going to get pole this time? We'll find out. I need to check the tyres every time. So the 5 red lights are coming on. And it looks like Ham's on pole, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we've got Cam on pole. Owen in 2nd. I wonder who's going to get the better run to the line, actually, in the turn 1s. Wade's actually had a very good start as well. Better than Owen, I was saying, to turn 1. But Owen covers him off on the right-hand side there. Ray just dropped off a little bit as well, and there was a little bit of spins in the background, I think, as well. Jacko has unfortunately lost a bit of ground. Khalifa has lost a bit of ground too, as someone has got damage to their front wing. So they will have to probably go into the pits, I reckon. But yeah, so far so good for our pole sitter, Cam, who's currently leading the way from Owen by 0.5 of a second. Wade's in 3rd position as I get the position changes once again. No, I do not want penalty. So, top 5 relatively stayed where they are. So, the top 5 probably the most cleanest I've seen in terms of maintaining positions. Jamie, again, has been the driver that always likes to gain positions around here. As Wade, again, is probably having internet issues. I think it's a common theme for the servers. It may just be the servers playing up tonight, but I'm not entirely sure. But Here we go. We can see a three-way car fight. If I get the map up, I'm heading towards turn 12 and 13. Heading towards the final corner then. It's probably going to be turning into a two-way car fight. Someone has gone wide here as well. Just look at these cars around Hungary. They look very, very nice. But we got a battle for the lead. Owen almost takes it, but Cam is like, no thank you. Does a Hulk see you later. But Owen's going to go do a cheeky send down the inside into turn 3. I think I've got the corner right, but there we go. As Cam just about edges Owen there. But this is going to go on for a long time as well, as precious points are at stake. As Pete not far behind as well. Yuri keeping it clean too. Jamie's got past Kyle and is looking to get around this battle. And I think, I'm almost certain, in terms of Hungary in a normal race setting, qualifying is extremely important. So if you are placed near the back in a random grid setting, then you are going to be in a bit of trouble. As we have got Jamie onto the back of Yuri, going side by side here once again. Not leaving too much space here as well. Who said you can't overtake it? It's going to be 3 wide. One of them will have to concede eventually. And I think someone has gone a bit wide. Will one of them have to lift off just a little bit? I think Carl just playing a little bit of the back seat at the moment. As they've got to watch two of them go side by side. Here comes Yuri on Jamie. Could Yuri just hold on to P4? Yuri going for the late send on the right-hand side. The car almost had a bit of a wheel spin there, so luckily he saved it, but that's allowed Jamie to go past. A little bit of a touch there. I don't think there was any damage, though, from any of the two cars. So Khalifa as well, making some ground. He's getting 5 places. He's up into 8th, and he's got past Waze. But I know Waze will not want to give up, so Waze in the blue car, just sitting tight a little bit as well, but he's got indecisive as well. And Newgarden as well is back with as well, and he doesn't seem to be having internet issues anymore, so always well for him. As Jacko did get past Kaya earlier on as well. Jacko is actually running a JACKOCAR livery actually, which is very fitting. I like it, to be fair, because it's just very very nice. Good colours, good themes as well. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not judging the liveries, as I said, as there's very good liveries today. As Yuri gets past Kyle up into 5th place. Are we going to see for the battle for the lead? I think these drivers are going to get patient, but Owen's got some much better straight line speed heading towards turn 1. It was 5 tenths behind a moment ago. Now he's about 2 tenths as well. We've got Yuri also trying to make a pass as well on Jamie, but the important battle is for the lead. Here they come then. Owen has got to be going on the attack then. There's almost a bit of touching, but they're keeping it clean. Great to see as well. Some very dangerous passes, but you have to do that in 5-lap racing. And Owen does take the lead of the race, but it's still not over. We've got one more round to go of this race. And we got a yellow flag. That's Yuri that's gone off. That's Yuri that's gone off into turn 5. Well, middle of turn 5. And that's allowing Waze and Indecisive. We've got a train of cars in traffic at the moment. Just trying to get past. I think Indecisive trying to get past Waze now. They've got similar liveries going by there in this championship so far. Jacko could get past Newgarden actually, as Jacko goes wide again. Luckily it's on regular corner cutting, so you can exploit the track limits a lot more than obviously a normal JACKOCAR race, where the normal JACKOCAR rules are that it's strict, but it's not tonight, it's regular. And they're going for a bit of argy-bargy, but in JACKOCAR it is allowed, of course, so they're allowed to fight like this, so keep fighting, you two, go on. As we've got Jamie that gets past Carl into turn 1. And if they want to go for the pass, want to go for it now, as Carl goes on the right-hand side, heading into towards turn 3 now. And going into this long back straight, heading towards turn 4. Can Carl gain the extra position that he needs, or can Jamie hold on to it? Carl gains the extra position, and it's up into P4. Brilliant stuff from him at this moment in time, trying to gain advantage over his championship rivals of Khalifa and Arnold as well. And brilliant stuff from him as well. But to be honest, we got no battle for the lead anymore. I think it's mainly the battle for second place. But let's watch the race leader and will be effectively the race winner. He is really good in the box, but he is proving tonight that he can also do well outside the box and in the cockpit. So Owen Wyatt comes across the line and he wins the race here in Hungary, round 3 of the night. Cam comes across the line in 2nd, Pete in 3rd, Carl in 4th, Jamie in 5th, Khalifa in 6th. It was quite close actually between 4th and 5th, as we saw someone bin it in the wall. That's Yuri, but luckily no damage there. And we're seeing AI car park by the looks of things there. Some good battles actually. I thought there wasn't going to be many battles around Hungary, but they proved us wrong. Especially the battle for the lead. I think that's definitely been one of my favourites tonight. Favourite battles of the evening. So I believe we've had 3 different race winners, I think, so far. So it's nice to have a different variety. So we will go through your results then. If the game decides to load, there we go. So Owen wins the race from Cam, Pete, Kyle, Jamie, Khalifa, Arnold, Dexter, Yuri, and indecisive score points. Then we have New Gun, Jacko, Waze, and Kaya. And looking at your standings as of round 3. So Kyle, after scoring more than Khalifa and Arnold in this race, leads the championship by... Oh my god, it's a countback again for the 3rd race in a row. This time not Arnold and Khalifa, Carl and Khalifa. Who would have thought? So Carl join on points at the top. Arnold in 3rd on 43 points. 4th is Pete with 40. Owen is 5th with 38, so quite close there. I've got to hurry up because the time is counting down. Cam is 6th with 26. Jamie is 7th with 25. Dexter is 8th with 14. Jacko is 9th on 12. At least he's not last, so he's already doing better than the last championship. Yuri in 10th on 10 points. Then we got Inside for 11th on 5. New Garden on 1. Waze on 1. And Kaya still yet to score. So now we head to the longest track on the calendar very, very soon. The Marina Bay Circuit, which was first on the scene in 2008 and was the scene of the famous Crashgate where we saw Fernando Alonso take a controversial victory. Another track on the calendar tonight, which was designed by Herman Tilke. Quite common actually as well. I won't be surprised if Herman Tilke actually designed Miami, but I don't know. And I like this track due to the floodlights, but I'm not usually good around this on this game. I like commentating it on it. I just hate racing on it as well. So 23 turns, 14 to the left and 9 to the right. In real life, the drivers find it a big physical challenge because of the heat that the drivers had to face, and due to the fact that in England at least we're having a heat wave. According to my phone, it's currently 21 degrees right now, so it's probably the hottest it has been so far this year. Earlier on it was like 22 degrees, so the drivers will probably be sweating right now, but we'll have to wait and see, of course. But anyway, we're about to get underway once again. Let us know who's been your biggest surprise so far and who do you think should go and improve, of course. And people think Monaco's on Thursday. Well, they are going to be very disappointed that they're going to find out that Monaco's today. Did they not read the format? Or did it get changed? I don't know. It might have been me not reading the updated track list, but I'm sure Monaco is today. I think it is, but I might be wrong. Anyway, the drivers are all set then. One of the first street circuits of the night. I think there's 2 street circuits tonight, so we've got Singapore today, Monaco later on, and I think that's the only street circuits we've got, I think, in the whole calendar. So, obviously, no Baku, no Vietnam. I think the drivers will be ready and willing for that. And I wonder if the drivers will be playing it a little bit more risky in terms of, like, gaining positions, because they do know that they don't have to just perform well in one night, they'll have to perform well in 2 nights as well. So, I've got the track map in front of me. No rain so far. When I thought it was going to rain in Singapore, it's not. And I think if it doesn't rain in Britain, which is next, I believe, I think it's going to rain in Monza. That's my prediction anyway. But Let us know in the chat as well. Where do you think it's going to rain? Either tonight or Thursday when we come to this series next. Imagine what I'm going to be like for Thursday with the championship finale. My voice is going to die. My voice is almost dying as it is, but I am coping. It's all good. And who's on pole now? We've got a speed car, I know, in P2. But who's in P1? That is Kaya, actually. Pete's in P1. I always keep looking at the wrong side, as Pete's already had a good getaway. Jacko gets a good getaway in P2. There's a bit of contact as well. Kaya has spun already into turn 1, as we've got... It's like the holiday traffic all over again, as we've had quite a few spins already, as Kaya has dropped down into P6 already under pressure from Khalifa. Kaya is already suffering internet issues already again. Khalifa gets towards turn 7, does a double overtake, does Khalifa. Fair play to him as well. We got Carl as well. Thomas is in this race now. He is joined as well, so we're interested to see what he could do. He's now got gold in his livery. You see? He had to wait until the 5-lap championship to have gold in his livery. That's my new favourite livery of the night, guys. Thomas's. As Kaya has front wing damage and he's binned it. I'm guessing Dexter's not had a well of a time either, as Jacko is fending off for second place. He has been second place in a while, so he's really trying to keep the others behind him. But Arnold is... really saying, you're not having second. I know you're the league owner, but you're not going to have any excuses. As Cam as well is right on the back of this as well. All of this is allowing Pete to stretch the lead. So Jamie, as you can't tell if people have front wing damage around here because of the floodlights as well. Thomas and Owen and Dexter, they got penalties. So I wonder if they made contact with anyone. Let me check. 3 and 4 seconds. They might have made contact, actually. I'm not entirely sure. That may explain it. Meanwhile, Jacko has dropped to another position. I think that was commentator's curse. I had a feeling Jacko was doing well in P2. Now he's dropped down into P4. So he's probably going to have some words for me after this race. Meanwhile, Thomas's race is not getting to the best of starts, even though he's sporting a lovely livery. Is down into 9th place, with Jamie down into 10th. Looking at the positions gained, we've got Yuri that's on the pressure with Khalifa up into P6. Now Khalifa, not where he wants to be if he wants to close in on Kyle and Arnold in the championship. And we know that Pete can actually close in on the championship as well. So any positions lost at this stage for Khalifa is definitely not good. As you could see, someone's gone up. That is Khalifa. I'm really sorry, Khalifa. I just jinxed you hard there. Khalifa again is going to have a go at me. Meanwhile, Kyle's just got past Jacko. And Arnold has actually got past Pete up into first place. So we got Cup. Drivers in 4th. We've got Kia, Cup, Kia, Reserve, Cup, Commentator, Cup, Kia. There we go. And unfortunately, the down arrow is still where it is as well. Luckily, it has sorted itself as well, potentially as well. We are going to have Kieran as well join later on, so that'll be good news. As we've got a 1:37.5 fastest lap for Arnold as well. And I wonder if we have a few drivers going into the pits. Dexter, Owen, and Kaya, they all go on the softs. But meanwhile, Pete's going to go for a lunge into turn 1. Actually, no, it's Cam. Cam went for a lunge in turn 4, actually, on 5. Heading towards turn 7. Can Pete think better of this and actually get the pass? Maybe not. Let's watch. I would say there could be... there's not actually much happening at the back, to be honest. But here comes Newgarden on into the back of Vol Thomas. We've got Jordan, who's also in this race as well, which is great to see. That's Newgarden, a very good move from him as well. He actually doesn't mind these street circuits as well. A few drivers really holding their own. You can still see a bit of debris on the track, so that's not good. Pete's dropped down into 4. What is happening to him? Maybe the tyre attempts are just not getting to it. And don't forget, this stage in a normal 50% race where the tyres just die as well. So we could see that situation here as well in terms of tyre temps. But obviously Arnold and Cam absolutely loving life. And I think Pete has disconnected. That's probably why he's dropped a bit of pace right now. And he was running on the Ethernet, so I don't get why he was having issues. As Newgarden is being passed by Jordan, we got Jamie on the back of Yuri. And it looks like, if this goes well the way I think it is, it looks like J-Luke will be handing over his 5-lap crown to somebody else by the end of Thursday. But there's still many rounds to go. There's still plenty of chances for drivers to make mistakes. So Jamie's going to hope that the drivers in front make mistakes as well. Jordan gets past Thomas, liking Jordan's livery as well. Bit of orange and blue. As we have got, I think, a few people that are going to lose positions anyway in terms of penalties. But I think the majority of penalties that you get around this track in regular corner cutting will be, I think, if they hit each other. As we're almost on lap 5. Well, we are about to start lap 5, actually. Actually, no, it's Newgarden that's... well, Dex across the line. It's Newgarden pits. So, he must have got damage at some point. Not quite sure where he got damage, but he got damage anyway. As Kyle, then... Unfortunately, we can't see the delta for the top 3, but Kyle... Not that far behind the leading bunch, and I think already we're about to get someone being lapped. Which is quite annoying. Actually, no, that's not true, I don't think, but there we go. So we're on the final lap very, very soon. Arnold still leads. Khalifa in second. But I think Kyle wants to get that P2 away from him as well. We've got Jamie on Yuri once again then. I think we're going to see some rivalries spiced up, I think, as well, throughout this 5-lap championship. I mean, it may get to a point where if they're not in a championship fight, they may probably help the other drivers around them, potentially. I won't be that surprised if that does happen. As we head towards turn 4 and 5. Yuri, I think, wants Jamie to have no slipstream at all, but Jamie's that. Take that, my friend, take that, and that's perfect. Going wide a little bit. Will Yuri just act upon Jamie's mistake? No, he does not. And Khalifa said the fastest lap of the race so far, even though he's 11th so far. Khalifa again, not going to score any points, which again could dropping down the championship. Some big hitters, I would say, that are going to lose out massively on championship points. So we're going to see what happens as 3 seconds up the road. Cam on Kyle. Pete as well. Almost trying to get into DRS, but let's follow Arnold as he exits the tunnel section, the grandstand area, which looks quite nice around this circuit. And heading towards the final corners of 21, 22 and 23. Arnold wins the race. I believe it's his second race win of the night, actually. Cam comes across the line in second. Kyle and Pete's going to be a photo finish to the line. Who's going to get? It's going to be Kyle. Pete in fourth. Jacko with a respectable P5. Well under him. Jamie in sixth. Another point scoring for him as well. Yuri in seventh. Indecisive in P8. Jordan in ninth. And we've got Thomas, that will be your final point. I don't think it matters on the penalties. You can't really get the penalties removed around here. So, there we go. As Khalifa will be coming across the line very, very shortly. As will Dexter, Newgarden and Car. And we've already lost Owen Wright for this race. He has unfortunately retired. I mean, either retired in the pits or he just had a massive crash, which is hard to do on reduced damage, so it may be that he just retired in the pits. But anyway. But I think a lot of drivers will be uploading clips from certain races, so I will be able to tell how people got damage. And yeah, it was a crash. He crashed. Okay. So that's what happened. There we go. He just confirmed it in the chat. So, New Garden will come across the line in 13th. And we'll go for your results once again then. Driver of the day goes to Kyle. And there we go. As another familiar face on the top step. This race suit looks very nice. Is that one of the new race suits from Podium Pass? I think it might be, you know. Looks very, very good. Anyway, looking at your results. It's taken a while to load this time. There we go. Anyway, Arnold wins from Cam, Kyle, Pete, Jacko, Jamie, Yuri, Indecisive, Jordan, Thomas, and then we've got, I actually have to scroll down this time. That's annoying. Joking. And then outside the points, we've got Khalifa, Dexter, New Garden, and Kyle, and obviously Owen did not see the checker flag. Looking at the standings, so scrolling right up to the top this time, so we've got Arnold that leads. No tie this time. So it's an 8-point gap between Arnold and Kyle. Pete in third on 52 points. Khalifa fourth on 45. Cam fifth on 44. Owen still sixth on 38. He's dropped down a place actually. Jamie seventh on 33. Jacko PA 22. Yuri ninth on 16th points. Dexter 10th on 14. And we got Incisive on 9. Jordan on 2. New Garden, Wade and Thomas on 1. And then Kaya, still yet to score. So I think we're pretty much almost at the halfway point of the night. And we head to a Britain doubleheader now. So we're going to head to the normal layout this time about, which has been the home of British Motorsport for as long as I can remember. Was the first Formula 1 championship race in 1950. It's built on the side of an airfield as well. We saw the races where quite a few drivers last season in real life got punctures. I don't think we're going to see that tonight, but imagine if people in a league race getting punches on the final lap, just like in real life, but we'll see. And who can remember the race win that came to mind? I've got to say, I think it was Lewis Hamilton on 2008, I think it was, when he won by, I think, a full minute, almost a lap ahead of the nearest rival in the wet. And I've got to say, that was amazing. One of my favourite wins from Lewis Hamilton. But anyway, we're about to get started once again. I like watching races at Silverstone. I hate racing it. So, and I wonder if the threat of British weather is going to spice things up, because we haven't seen some rain yet. But knowing how the event has gone tonight, it may rain. As I get a little bit of a sip of a drink, so excuse me a minute. Did I just, oh my goodness, I just jinxed it, didn't I? The drivers are going to hate me. Oh, God. But at least it's Inters. It's not chucking it down. But I did predict it. The British like to throw spanner in the works sometimes, and it's come a little bit earlier than I thought. So I don't think the drivers know that I kind of jinxed the weather to be raining in Britain, but they are going to find out when they watch the stream back, and I'm probably going to get a lot of angry messages at the end of this stream. But there we go. So, we're about to get underway again. Once the drivers ready up, the visibility is going to be a lot tricky. I think it's Inters, but we'll see as the drivers are about to get underway. And it's Jacko that is on pole position. Didn't get to the best of start, so Khalifa is the one that has the best of start. She can go flat out in the dry. In the wet, maybe not so much. Let's see how it looks going into turn 3. Because we could see a big pile-up. Actually, they are keeping it clean. They are keeping it calm, apart from if you're Indecisive, who's decided to have a little bit of a trip in the grass, as well as Arnold as well, who spun just before the Wellington Straight. And Owen, all of a sudden, he's come from... Where did he start? I did not see that position change. Just give me a second. He started third and he went to the lead. So it looks like Jacko's dropped down to 6th. He doesn't like these wet conditions at all. And I think it is Inters actually, as we got a speed car in the distance. Spinning, that might be New Garden. Actually, no, it's not New Garden, it's Yuri. With the red type of speed at the moment. And it's going to be a few drivers that like the wet and a few drivers that not. And to be honest, no DRS as well, which is not always good news because that means not much overtakes. But I wonder if we can see some moves heading into Stowe at this moment in time. I think also Wellington Straight, Abbey as well. You could get the move towards the Arco barrier as Pete gets past Ways. And we got Newgarden past Jordan. So people are making moves around Stowe. And yes, he has in the top 10 now as well. Indecisive. I think, has he got damage? I don't know. I think. Yep, he's not. Everyone has got away scot-free with no damage as we got Jamie on side, almost side by side with Waze. But it looks like Waze is very, very good so far. A little bit of a slide almost from Waze there, but it's hard on traction. We got Cameras, I have to say, a wet weather merchant, won in Monza the other week in one league. I'm not going to say which league it is. Is showing its mettle at the moment. Pedal to the metal, as George Morgan would say, as Yuri has gone off again. As Jacko and Cam almost made contact into the Wellington Straight. Heading into Brooklands now, and Cam gets past Jacko up into 7th position. Well done to him as well. The gap is pretty stable up front. Owen still leads. Khalifa in 2nd. Carl in 3rd. Jamie gets past Way, so he just didn't want to be patient. He just wanted to get the move done. And Wade, unfortunately, has left the session once again. It's not the first time that he's left the session, unfortunately. But Dexter got past Jacko. I wonder if Newgarden's going to do the same. But I think Newgarden is still having internet problems. I don't think it's my end, though, because my internet's been absolutely fine today. So, side by side goes Newgarden and Jacko into Stowe. Cam does get past the AI of Waze, but I don't think we have to follow that. So, Newgarden then getting the cut back as someone who wants me to invite me on F1 2020, but no. I'm busy at the moment, but I will join theirs probably a bit later on. They probably don't know I'm streaming, to be fair. But anyway, Khalifa just set the fastest lap out of anyone so far. So that means game on between Owen Wyatt versus Khalifa. So bring on the battles between both of the drivers. So we'll see what happens between these two. And I thought the rain was getting worse, but it's not. Obviously, the weather still stays the same in these 5-lap races. And I don't think Kyle is racing anymore, so which is a shame. So, Kaya, sorry, not Kyle. I'm getting mixed up between the two, but there we go. So, lap 3 then, it would have been DRS territory, but obviously not in these wet conditions. I wonder what I would have done if I was in their situation, as Jamie almost went off the road. Now heading towards Maggots and Beckett's. And then heading towards Chapel coming up now. It's hard to keep it on the road, but at least Jamie's finding some good old speed over Speed Knighton. And sorry about the pun there, but there we go. I think Khalifa's dropped off a little bit to Owen. So maybe he's just saving his ERS until the final lap. Let me have a look at the ERS actually from the drivers. Pete is on 45. Carl is on 65. Khalifa's on 47. He is using his overtake right now, but Owen is setting the fastest lap, so you can tell that Owen is definitely pushing right now at front. He wants to be... He was very, very close to getting the championship win in the last 5-lap championship, and he does not want to miss out here. But he's looking good in the wet, to be fair as well. I believe it's his first ever event as a racer on the PS5 as well, since he got his PS5, and he's doing quite well. So, yeah, PS5 is better. Just saying. To be honest, I found a bit of pace on the PS5, so it may just be the console, I don't know, maybe the frame rate, or it may just be people generally improving, I don't know. So I had to bring the PS4 versus PS5 joke, and this is not serious comment compared to my normal commentary, so if you see me doing some banter throughout the stream, then it's normal, because A, it's not a full race, and B, it's JACKOCAR, and usually we like to have a bit of banter, no matter who the commentator is, or are, depending on how many commentators are in the box. So, And I think a lot of drivers, maybe accepting their fate now, but they don't really want to, as we got Waze again suffering internet issues, or it may just be his AI that's left the session. I'm almost certain of it at the moment. So let's see what Jacko can do. I think he can get past Waze at this moment in time. We does. We're about to go on to the final lap. Let's watch the battle for the lead then. As it starts to intensify, Owen just about holds on. And we'll see if Khalifa is faster than Owen this lap. As there's a bit of a lob tap once again heading towards past Abbey and Farm and now heading into the Wellington Straight. So I think Khalifa wants to be sure that he can get past Owen. He doesn't want to get beat by a commentator. He wants to get past him, for goodness sake. We've got one of the best commentators in JACKOCAR. Fact, because he actually won the awards for that. So I can't back out on that fact. Versus someone that has won a championship, the actual Cup Series championship this season, in season 3. So, yeah, Khalifa could get embarrassed here, but he's probably not. He's racing for a bit of fun. So, we'll see if any other battles happen. We've got kind of a big train happening, I think, from, I would say, Dexter, all the way down to Newgarden, Arnold, Jordan, and we got Jacko as well. But let's see if Khalifa can find that extra bit of temps on Owen. No, he can't. So I think with him pushing far too late, he's run out of EOS and he's running out of fuel as well, obviously, whereas Owen has had more EOS. He's out front. He only had to use it when Khalifa got close to him. Owen Wyatt takes the second win of the night. I think he hasn't won 2 races in a 5-lap championship before, so that's a new record for him. Kyle in 3rd, Pete in 4th, J. Luke in 5th, Cam in 6th, Dexter. Dexter's livery looks really cool, not gonna lie. The nice chrome in it is brilliant. Newgarden in 8th, Arnold in 9th, Jordan gets his first point of the night. And then we got Jacko, Yuri, Waze, who's gone into the grass, Thomas, and then Indecisive. So, yeah. I think we're just waiting for Indecisive to finish off his lap then. So, and fastest lap goes to Owen. So he gets maximum points today in this race, which is ideal for him for his championship hopes. He gets 25 points plus the extra points for the fastest lap. So that's 26. And what a lap time for Khalifa. 1:36.000. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And according to Owen, he nearly exploded multiple times on lap 4. I could not tell that, but probably because I was following other battles mainly, so that was probably why. Anyway, we will get the results once again as Jamie gets driver of the day this time. And I wonder how the drivers are going to cope with Britain short. Obviously, the race is going to be a lot shorter. With it being the international track, not the 4 track. So you'll be pretty much going through, obviously, Club Corner. You're going to head into Abbey Farm, Curve Village. And then you'll be going straight to the link and then straight into the chapel, pretty much. So we'll go through your results quickly and then we'll go through the championship standings, because I know that's the most important thing. So we got Owen White that wins from Khalifa, Kyle, Peach, Jamie, Cam, Dexter, Newgarden, Arnold, Jordan. Rounds up your top 10, and we got Jacko, Yuri, Waze, Thomas, and Indecisive. Standings, all important standings, closing up now at the top. Kyle still leads by 5 points over Arnold in 2nd on 70. Owen Wyatt jumps up to 3rd from 6th with 64, joint with Pete as well. Khalifa in 5th on 63. Cam in 6th with 52. 7th is J. Luke on 43. 8th is Jacko with 22. Dex with 9th with 20. Yuri is 10th with 16. Incisive is 11th with 9. Newgarden is 12th with 5. Jordan 13th on 3. Then Waze and Thomas on 1 point. Everyone that's been in here for quite a while scored points. And if any of the drivers that are racing in this race have come back to watch a bit of the stream, as well once you finish racing. Let us know how you think your night has gone so far. Do you think you could have gone a bit better? Because you never know. So yeah, Britain Short is the next track. Oh, just watch people try to do the full layout. And please, I do not want it to rain. If it rains in Britain Short, then I think it's just, unfortunately, the curse of Britain. So like I said, a bit of information about the Britain Short track. 2.639 miles, 8 corners, 2 to the left, 6 to the right, and 1 DRS zone, which is at a hanger straight towards Stowe. And it is a clockwise. So we're just waiting, I think, for 2 drivers to ready up, and then we can get going again. And I always wonder, should I predict which driver will probably get random pole position? Because usually there's some drivers that are not expected to be pole, and they've been put in a lot of pressure. Reminds me of Russia in the last 5-lap championship. I went to actually win that race somehow in the ret. And I'm never going to live that down. I'm going to gloat on it for all my glory. But luckily it's dry. So that is good. I think we can all head home happy with our heads held high. And brilliant. Anyway, I don't think Waze could join back, which is weird. He said he's banned. So that's not good. So I don't know how many points Waze has got. So I will have to go back to the last race and just add the points. So I'm going to put all this in a spreadsheet. So the drivers that have taken part, I'm going to note down all their points anyway, even if they haven't done the whole races. So after this one, we've got 3 more rounds after Britain Short. But we're going to concentrate on Britain Short first. So we've got, I think it's Arnold or Khalifa on the left. And we've got Dexter, who is leading the way. But I think it's ERT Compatriot that gets the better start into turn 1. This time in the dry, so they could go fully flat out around here as well. But I know turn 3 is going to be a lot harder because a lot of drivers are going to be pushing. There's Thomas in the background that's had a bit of a spin as well. I don't think many people got caught out with the fact that it's a shorter version of the circuit. But this race is going to be very, very short. So it is going to be over before you know it, but we will see, as Indecisive doing very well. But I think he's going to lose a bit of ground to Jordan. He's already being swamped already, as we got Arnold on the back of, is it Newgarden? I think he's trying to get past Newgarden as well. Oh, that was very, very tight as well, heading towards the final corner. And if these drivers end up pitting in Britain Short, you're going to be lapped already if you pit, so not ideal, as Peter's decided to go to Narnia as he drops down into P14, as we've got Arnold on Newgarden. We've got Jamie and Newgarden going side by side as well. So let's see what they can do heading towards the hanger straight. No DRS yet, don't forget though. But that doesn't matter on Jamie, as we've got Khalifa that's now your race leader. Cole almost tried to get past Khalifa there. He drops a little bit. Here comes Jamie though. Did Newgarden had a bit of a spin there? A little bit of almost a bit of a love tap there. Owen does get past Newgarden. I think Cam as well. So will he get past Jamie as well? DRS is now activated. So if they're within 1 second, they can get past. Well, obviously, there's only 1 DRS zone. So only 1 to worry about, of course, and that will allow people just get past. So Jordan carrying the straight line speed in a hanger straight there, no problem at all. Got plenty of ERS as well, but his inside's going to fight back. No, he's not fighting back, which is fair play to him. I think we could see some more people potentially. That's one advantage about these 5-lap championships as well. It doesn't matter where you are. If you randomly in a high position and people can't get past, then it could work wonders for you. As I believe Owen gets past Jamie up into 7th place, and he could get the lunge on Indecisive past the Armco, and now heading towards past Farm, and now into Beckett. I'm almost getting confused with these corners because obviously it's a shortened version of the track, and there's only small chance to get the move. It's going to be free wide. It's going to be free wide heading into Stowe. One of them. And my finger's backed off that, but that could have been a lot worse. It's earned up into 6th position. We've got, I think, Indecisive that's fighting with Cam as well in the background. Cam getting a better exit as well on corner entry. That's allowed Jamie to pull away just a little bit as well on the final lap. As everyone's about to head towards the Hangar Straight now for one final time. And it doesn't look like the lead's going to remain unchanged. Let's watch the battle for 4th place. Dex is doing a good race so far. 3rd position. Probably not where he expects to be, but there we go. Let's go on board with Khalifa, who I believe it's another race win for him. So he comes across the line, show us how it's done in Britain Short, and he wins. And I can't remember what round it is of the night, but Carl in 2nd. Pretty close at the end there. We've got Dexter, Jordan, Arnold, Owen, Jamie, Cam, Indecisive, and Newgarden, your point scorers. Jacko dropping down quite a bit. Thomas in 11th, Jacko 12th, Yuri 13th, and Pete is just trawling home in 14th. Not gone well for him, and he did pit earlier on as well. And a few drivers telling each other to get a break, but there we go. I wonder if Pete's going to do donuts. What is he doing? I think he is. No, he's not. I thought he was going to do donuts there, but he was going to probably waste each other's time otherwise. But anyway, is he going to try and do a Tokyo drift towards the line? That was a close attempt. And Owen White gets driver of the day in the game this time. I'm just going to let the game choose the driver of the day, to be honest, not me. But we've got Khalifa in the reins at the moment. I wonder if that will put him in a championship lead. But more information for that very, very soon. So we've got Khalifa, who wins the race. It's a 3-minute, almost a 4-minute race. That's how short it was. Carl in 2nd, and we got Dexter, Jordan, Arnold. Owen White gets the fastest lap once again. Jamie in 7th, Cam in 8th, Indecisive 9th, Pete in 10th. Then we got Thomas, Jacko, Yuri, and Pete. So, looking at your standings, Kyle still leading by 5 points over Khalifa in 2nd. Arnold 3rd, Owen dropped down to 4th because of that. Pete in 5th. On 64, Cam in 6th on 56. 7th is Jamie on 49. Dexter is 8th on 35. 9th is Jacko with 22. Yuri is 10th on 16. And we got Jordan, Indecisive, Newgarden, and Thomas. Thomas still only getting 1 point. Now, a track which I have a feeling is going to cause the most traffic jams, the most dive bombs, and a track where the drivers would want to start pole position. It is Monaco. It is the Monaco Grand Prix today for round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Round 7 of the Mini Cup Series tonight. For those who just joined us, we're doing basically the full Cup Series, but in mini, as in 5 laps. We're doing the first half tonight, the second half on Thursday. Monaco Grand Prix, been on the F1 calendar since 1950. Many overtaking opportunities is almost impossible, but if you get the run from the Nouvelle Chicane to Rascasse right, then it's going to gain more time. And also maybe, I would say, through past Milbao into Portier, potentially towards Portier, where we'll see the most moves. And we did see a traffic jam in last season's 5-lap championship, in season 1, where, if I could find the clip actually, I will find it. It was just a lot of chaos, to be honest, and I was in that chaos. I did get damaged, I think, and I had to pit. Very annoying, but there we go. So, and thank goodness I'm not the one racing in this one this time, so I won't be the one stuck in traffic. So anyway, and luckily no rain. I would have liked it to be in the night time. I think it would have been a lot better. It wasn't the night time in the actual Cup Series. was actually when Bazza joined Jacko in the commentary box. He's not here tonight, though. I thought he would be here tonight, but obviously not. And a few people complaining in the chat about their grid position. I don't know about people's grid positions. They do, obviously. I don't. I will only know until, obviously, I get to the grid. And I think Jamie and Arnold are not happy. Khalifa's got pole. Typical. Khalifa's on pole. I think that's Jacko in second. The admins of the league are P1 and P2. I would have to say it's a fix. Joking. Anyway, we're underway and Khalifa's got a much better start. Arnold gets a good run as well. No heroics into Sandoval, please. I think they got away well. I'm quite surprised actually as well as they head towards the casino section coming up soon as well. It looks like Yuri and Jay, oh, there's a bit of contact, pile up already. I had a feeling we were going to see pile up in Monaco, but I wasn't expecting that. But we were going to watch everyone head towards Mirabel, now into the hairpin. Are we going to see any pile ups? Oh, we are. Here let's just watch this. Oh my god. Oh my god. So let's watch the back actually. It could have been a lot worse. At least majority of drivers have got away scot-free, unlike obviously season 1. Anyway, Thomas is retired. Owen is retired as well. I believe he's been in the tunnel, which I think he has. It's hard to tell these days. But is Khalifa still leads? I think it's a fix, but there we go. Let's see, positions gained. We've got Yuri that's gained the most, up 6. Carl up 7. That could be helpful for his championship hopes. But we will see. Cam onto the... I did see someone go off, but we'll see in a minute. As Cam gets past Jacko into P3, into Sandoval. And there goes Dexter and Indecisive in the pits. As they have a change of front wing. I wonder how many pit stops we'll see in the 5 laps alone. We shall see, as Khalifa's just running away with it at the moment. Not really that surprised, to be honest. But let's watch some other battles. Here comes Yuri on the back of Jacko. Being used to having these battles in the Kia series between these two. I wonder how they're going to fare in the Mini Cup series around here tonight. Heading towards the tunnel. Another yellow flag. That is, I think, Dexter. That's Dexter in Sandoval. And he's caused a big pile up. It was a normal 50% race. It would be a safety car. As Jacko Tutta has cut the Nouvelle Chicane there. That's not good. And I'm not surprised that has given him a penalty. So Yuri's going to be ahead of him anyway. And Indecisive actually hit the back of Dexter. That was a bit interesting there. And there's already a petition in the chat to sack off random grids. So I kind of like it. It's very interesting. Meanwhile, Yuri does get past Jacko up into P5. And not much trouble at the moment since the pile-up at the start, so always good, but I probably jinxed myself there as well. The field does seem to be spread out at the moment. If you pretty much finish this race, you are going to score points, technically. Jacko, unfortunately, I think has got a bit of damage, or maybe due to reduced damage, he's probably got away with it. I think he's just about got away with it right now, which is not too bad, but it's allowing Carl and Pete and Jamie and Jordan just to catch up ever so slightly. And let's see who's the closest apart from now. I think we just got Pete on Carl, to be honest. Pete's livery does look good at the tunnel, by the way. As we got another yellow flag. Oh, God, what's gone on here? And we've got someone spun. That's Pete, and he's reset to track. As we got someone else that's spun, almost like a carbon copy, I would say. That is New Garden, and that is interesting as well. As well, lap 4 out of 5. Khalifa, I don't know. I think petition for Khalifa to start at the back of the grid in the next race. I'm sure a few drivers will probably agree with me. As Kyle gets past Jacko into Sandoval. Not very easy though, I've got to say. And I could see Jacko try and get past Kyle here. Insert Lance Stroll replay memes here. Please don't, actually. Please don't. Whatever you do. But there's probably going to be memes of this after tonight from people, which I won't be surprised if that does happen. Pete and New Garden go into the pit lane. Meanwhile, Jamie. Oh, it's another pilot. Oh, no. It's like the M25 all over again. But luckily, the pile-up did not last for a long time because otherwise the queue would have grown and grown and grown and probably, potentially, people would have been disqualified. So, I think we have got Jamie spun and Jordan's just got past, so that's Jacko saying thank you very much. Jacko's now up into 6th place, so I think he would take that in a heartbeat. So on the final lap now, and Khalifa is proving that he is the king of Monaco, but who's going to get the podium? I think the podium is pretty much set in stone right now. So we will see what happens then. I don't think, to be honest, when I said there wasn't many overtaking opportunities, to be honest, I wasn't wrong. It's pretty much a possession going on right now. And there wasn't many overtakes in the real life Monaco race either. So, yeah, that is basically what happened there. And we do have another yellow flag. Is that Newgarden? Newgarden through past Anthony Nose. And he spun again. Oh, he's almost blocked Khalifa. Oh my God, it could be a big pile up at the end here. I believe Arnold's watching and looking. Anyway, Khalifa comes across the line and wins. Arnold's got damage, so that probably does not matter. Luckily, Newgarden moves out of the way, but Arnold comes across the line in 2nd. Cam in 3rd. Another podium for him. And then we got Yuri in 4th. Another good result for him. Carl in will be 5th place, but again, it will be penalties. I think Carl will jump Yuri. No, actually not. Oh, he just missed out on 4th by 2 seconds. But meanwhile, we got Jacko versus Jamie. And I think due to penalties, J-Luke has got Jacko. I wonder how many penalties Jacko got actually tucked up. So we're just waiting for Pete to cross the line as all the others have either retired or been lapped. And then that's it then. Not as much chaos as I would have thought, but obviously it is reduced damage, not simulation. I kind of wanted to see what it was like in simulation damage. Quite a few people choosing preset 4 on this track. Not one I would have chosen. I probably would have played it safe, but well done to Khalifa once again. I am skipping the podiums at this point because of time reasons. So we got Khalifa from Arnold, from Cam, from Yuri. I have to say, Carl from 14th. Good result from him. Jordan, Jamie, Jacko, Pete, Newgarden, and then Incisive and Dexter. And then your retirements from that race are Owen and Thomas. Standings. Here we go. Khalifa is leading by 10 points. He could have another championship on this game cycle. I cannot believe it. Carl in 2nd. Arnold 3rd. Owen 4th. Cam in 5th. Pete in 6th. Jamie in 7th. Dexter in 8th. Yuri in 9th. Jacko in 10th. Then we got Jordan, Indecisive, Newgarden, and Thomas. So there are your standings so far. 2 more rounds to go of this championship tonight. So don't forget, there's 8 more rounds next on Thursday, June the 3rd. And more mental maths for me to do it in my head on Thursday. Not looking forward to that. But looking at the view in Monaco, it does look pretty sweet. I would love to have a house around there. So, we head to Monza then. Known as the Temple of Speed, due to its high-speed corners. And it holds the fastest lap in Formula 1 history. The original circuit layout stretched to over 10 kilometres. And it also included a 5.5 kilometre road section as well. I did not know that. I was doing my research earlier. It's similar to today's layout, but it had a 4.5 kilometre loop, which was redeveloped into a high-speed banked oval in the 1950s. Imagine what it'd been like today. We will see. The 10 kilometre layout of the circuit, they had to revert it to a shorter layout over safety concerns following several fatal accidents, which I'm not that surprised as well. And that's when they introduced the Variante de Refertio, which was, I believe, the first 2 corners. And the Variante Ascari chicanes, which is turn 8, 9, and 10. I won't be surprised if a few people bin it in Ascari today. Now, if I were you around this track, I would probably want to start either in pole position or at the back. If you're starting in the middle, then it's probably signs for trouble. So we'll see. I predicted Monza's going to rain. I'm calling it now. Monza's going to rain. No, it's not. Okay. The drivers can back me later for that. But anyway, it's not going to rain. And it's a dry, completely dry session here in Monza. And we will see what happens. I'm not going to check the drivers' reactions this time on. Oh, I'm starting P14. This is not good. I'm just going to have a look. On the grid and see what happens. I should be able to tell by the liveries, but anyway. Let's see then. The penultimate race of the night. People need a good result. I think it's Jacko on pole. Typical. Which is ideal for him, but hopefully he doesn't get poled into turn 1. We got Cam in second, Owen in third. Cam has a good start. Actually, what about Jacko? Owen is right in the middle of these two. This could be a recipe of disaster, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm keeping an eye on the middle of this, because that is probably going to be where the most pile-ups happen. And, okay, the drivers have got away scot-free there. I'm impressed there, but Jacko's dropped positions. So is Carl as well, down to 10th, but Arno gets past Jacko. What about Thomas as well? Almost on the edge there as Jacko has cut the corner and almost hit Yuri there as well. He's going to go side by side with ERT Thomas, and Thomas gets the move done on the first Lesmo there. The only track where I know most of the corners pretty much off by heart, so I don't need to check the track map there as well. So that's good. As what's happened to Jacko? Has he got damage, or is he just relatively slow around this track? He's down on 11th right now. Oh my goodness, that was interesting. As Jordan has gone off. And there's a few bit of an issue in Ascari. The decisive's gone in Ascari as well. Newgarden almost had a trip for Ascari as well. Won't be surprised if we see many of those. But here comes Owen White on Cam. Heading towards the final corner, past Parabolica then. Owen takes the lead of the race. Could be on for his 3rd race win of the night, but Cam is going to stop that fast. They head towards turn 1. Full power here, 211 miles per hour here. Cam goes to the left-hand side of turn 1. They're trying to leave as much space as they can. A bit of a tap from there, but it is allowed in a JACKOCAR. I think Arnold is faster than these two, so they're looking to get past both of them in this lap, but it isn't easier than they thought as well. Can Owen get a lunge that he's looking for into turn 4? Nope, he could not. He's staying behind at the moment. What about this battle for P5? Oh, this Cam has gone off. Cam has gone off. Where did he go off? I don't know, but he has dropped down into P4. But you can see Tom and Dexter having a really nice battle with Carl as well. Actually, which is really nice and interesting to see. Carl is on the left-hand side of your screen, as Carl just edges on Dexter there as well. And look at Jamie as well. Jamie could get him on the first part of Ascari. Left, right, left. Goes Ascari there. No victims right now. And Pete and Newgarden did have to had a trip to the pits there as well, which is unfortunate. But we do have another battle for the lead. Not for Cam and Owen, but Arnold and Owen this time. Khalifa's heading the fastest lap now, so we could catch up between these two. Again, not quite close enough, but Arnold and Khalifa, Cam, actually maybe not Cam, he's not going to get DRS, but here comes Jamie, who had Kyle challenging him, but Jamie is fighting back, which is great to see. He almost had to cut the corner a little bit there as well as they passed Curva Grande. Here comes Kyle on Jamie, then heading towards turn 4. Not quite the lunge that he was looking for, decided not to go for it this lap. Maybe the next lap or the laps after is maybe where the potential is going to be. Taking another sip of my drinks. Obviously, I have to stay a bit hydrated in this race as well. Arnold's got the DRS, so is Khalifa. It's going to be a big DRS train. Who's going to blink first? It's going to be Arnold. but again, can't quite make it work. Newgarden getting a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's a bit harsh. He must have massively corner cutted as well. I wonder if people are going for a bit more risk here. But we will see. They're not. Arnold almost making the cut towards the parabolica. If I was Arnold, I'll probably go for the move. Probably, maybe this lap actually. But I know if Owen has a DRS, he could have the advantage. So it's going to be a hard judgment call if I was the both of them, because you know you've got Khalifa right on your tail as well. This could be 3 wide before you know it, as Owen covers off Arnold very nicely into turn 1. Very, very clean from all 3 drivers. What about Carl and Jamie and Thomas? Going to be 3 wide. They'll be keeping it relatively clean in the 3 wide. I think one of them will have to let them pass, which was Thomas. But I know Thomas is definitely going to fight it back this lap, so we'll have to wait and see. Again, not quite close enough. What about Jamie? Maybe not. Oh my God, Thomas going to go for the move. He's going to be the send of dreams if he could do it. Past the first Lesmo. He's going to go for a pass on the right-hand side into the first Lesmo. No, but he can't. What about the second Lesmo? Is he going to risk it? Is he going to risk it for a chocolate biscuit? No, he does not. But he's lost a bit of time because of that. So I wonder if he should have gone for the move. Maybe not. But, you know, Thomas would never know if he would have gone for the move, if it would have paid off or not. Only time will tell, of course, as we got Owen that still leads. The last chance for Arnold to really capitalise on this, and I think he's done the right thing to keep behind Owen, I would say, because he would have the DRS, as Thomas does get past, is being passed by Jacko. But let's watch the battle for the lead. Again, can't quite do it. Let's watch back the battle potentially for P7. Jacko almost gets past Dexter. A bit of a slide there as well. That's allowing Thomas to catch up once again. This could be 3 wide. This could be where a lot more risks happen as well. We'll see with Jacko as he goes side by side. Jacko does have a penalty though, so he's going to drop position regardless, but he's still going to push regardless, as Thomas does get past Jacko up into 8th. Oh! Pile up from the 2 ERT teammates. I don't think they were happy with that whatsoever. And they're not going to be happy that this was caught on stream as well. So let's watch the battle for the lead then. Arnold cannot get past. I don't think it's going to be close enough. I think he may have waited too late there. A bit even on the ERS for them. But Khalifa's doing very well on the ERS. If one of those drivers make a mistake, then it's really going to be Khalifa the most to gain. But we'll watch as they head towards the parabolica. I think it's too little too late for Arnold. He could lose P2, but the one who won't lose P1, I don't think, is Owen, who takes his 3rd win of the night. Arnold just gets P2 by 6/100ths of a second. Khalifa in 3rd, Cam in 4th, Kyle in 5th, Jamie in 6th, and Dexter in 7th. I think Yuri is just going to get Thomas for 8th. Maybe, yeah, by 1/10. Okay, so Yuri gets 8th, and Thomas, I think, had the penalty, so I think that probably changed things a bit. And then Jordan gets 10th. Jacko is out on points due to penalties, and Indecisive gets 12th, and Pete's going to get 13th, and then we'll be just waiting for Newgarden to come across the line. So we're almost at the final race of the night then, as well, as Khalifa liking his emoji there as well. So, a few people still annoyed with their grid positions, to be honest, I would. Debbie's asking in the chat how many more races we've got. Overall, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more races. But for tonight, we got 1 more race, which is Zandvoort, which hardly, it's a qualifying track, really not a race track. But it'll be interesting to see how the drivers do. So, we'll quickly go through your results then again. So Owen wins from 3rd on the grid. Quite a common place to win it from, actually. Arnold in 2nd, Khalifa 3rd, Cam in 4th, Carl in 5th, J-Luke in 6th, Dexter in 7th, Yuri in 8th, Thomas in 9th, Jordan in 10th. Then we got Jacko, Indecisive, Pete, and then Newgarden bringing up the rear. And then going for your results. So we got Khalifa on 129 points, Arnold on 116, Carl on 113, Owen on 98, Cam on 83, Pete on 67, Jamie on 63, Dexter on 41, Yuri on 32, and not the whole standings did not show me. That's annoying. I probably shouldn't have spent a lot more time on the results. But anyway, final race of the night, Brazil, quite a few drivers, home tracks. And quite a few people actually lost a bit of DRS there. So interesting, very interesting. Anyway, final race of the night at Zandvoort. And it's going to be there in real life towards autumn time, which is good. First opened in 1948, part of the wave of post-war motorsport enthusiasm that spread across Europe. And for those of you that don't know, interesting fact about a country actually, Netherlands means lower countries in reference to its low elevation and flat topography. I'm sorry, my words are not good tonight. I actually had some training for a live event and I had to do a dry run of the intro. I stumbled on my words quite a few times, and I think I stumbled on quite a few words tonight as well. So anyway, but we're about to get underway then once again. 14 corners around this track, 4 to the left, 10 to the right, with 2 DRS zones, 1 at the start finish straight going towards turn 1 and 1 at the end of set 2 before the tight right hand of turns 10 to 11. I think that's where we could see the most overtakes. So after tonight, when they race on further, the drivers won't know how they would be doing until the end of the championship once I add all the points together. So we have got, I wonder who's going to be starting pole position this time. Only one way to find out. I think I must have missed a massive crash earlier, which it's annoying that you miss some crashes, but I'm on my own, so I don't get to see all the battles, but hopefully I'm doing all right. And like I said, if you're liking the content, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe, and then turn notifications on so you know when the next stream is. Anyway, final race of the night underway. Jacko on pole again. Typical. And I think it's Jordan in second. Yes, I was right. I'm doing well on my liveries tonight. I'm impressed. Anyways, we are underway. Jacko this time has a much better start in the turn 1, but Cam is getting a much better start than Jordan as they head towards turn 1. Indecisive though, in the background, having a collision with Yuri. That's probably why he's dropped down positions as well. Heading towards I don't know what corner is.com. Let me just get my maps in as they head towards turn 5 and now heading towards turn 6. No major changes so far. Again, not many places you can overtake, but in a 5-lapper, there would probably be more positions that they wanted to gain at this moment in time. Jacko's dropped down 1 place. Jordan's dropped down 1 place. Cam is out in your race lead. As we've got Khalifa that's had a bit of an off. That's not good. So is Thomas and Pete as well. Kyle has wanted to get past Owen as well in the background. But we've got New Garden that's trying to get past the both of them in front. They could see both of them making a mistake. And Pete's out of the race. I don't know what's happened there. A bit of a pile-up, I think, in the background as well. I think he must have lost it in the understeery part of the circuit. I think he's probably given up as well as here goes Arnold as well. Oh, God. What a way to end the finale. Carl's not out of the race. What on earth is happening here? And Cam is just oblivious to what's going on at the moment. It's just like, I'm leading, I don't care. Right now, so Jamie and Jordan did get past Jacko as well. And Owen does get past Dexter up into 5th position. You just get a 3-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flag. That is not good, I have to say. As I think a few people go in the pits as Dexter's out of the race. What's happened? Oh, the car's gone. So it must have been turn 5 and 6 where we lost it. Yeah, I can see on the track map. So a lot of cars have already gone past it as well. So a bit of a shame for him to end his race like that. As the 2 commentators of the league going side by side. What a fitting way to end tonight if this happens. And we'll see who's the better commentator of this race after this one. So I think Owen just has the edge there. Owen up into P4 of this race. And you can see Jamie getting the fast lap of the race so far. We're already on lap 3, ladies and gentlemen. That's how quick it's gone so far. And Jacko is still chasing Owen there. So that is interesting as well. But we've got a bit of a train from New Garden all the way till Arnold as well. So that could be intriguing for the championship. I wonder if some of these drivers will be holding up Arnold for the championship. I wonder if there's going to be some interesting tactics, to say the least. As we do got Jacko that's had a bit of a spin. So I wonder if contact was made. I'm not entirely sure. I missed it because there was a train I was following here. So it is hard to track everything. But we are seeing the detection zone being activated as well. So Jacko has probably got front wing damage. So he will probably have to go into the pit. Or it may have just been a potential spin there. And we shall see what happens with the final few laps of this race, as Arnold actually could get past Yuri onto turn 1. So could Khalifa actually. Let's watch Khalifa, as he is definitely putting pressure on New Garden right now, heading towards turn 2. But I think New Garden just has the edge there. Yuri have a bit of attack from Arnold, but Arnold is not giving up without a fight. Who said you can't overtake in Zandvoort? But these two drivers are proving that you can. Yuri with a really great defense work there, almost a bit of a love tap. Here comes Khalifa on the back of New Garden then. A swooping movement. That's what I like about this track as well. If you do make overtake, it's a very brave overtake that you can definitely do. So they're going to try and do as much overtake as they can. There's a little bit of contact and they hit the brake marker board in the process. Hopefully not many people are using it in terms of brake references, I can tell you that. But doing very well does New Garden as well. He's fighting for 5th, but could be on for his best point scoring finish of the evening. As we're on the final lap of this race, could Jamie get the move that he's looking for? He's a little bit too further back at the moment, but he is setting the fastest lap of the race. But we got a three-way car fighting to turn 1. We got Jacko that's probably spun again, but let's watch the battle for P5. Arnold, wow, I have to say, fair play to Arnold for the move that he has made. Past Yuri, New Garden. Khalifa trying to get past New Garden. Then he's been fighting, I think, for the whole of this race with New Garden. New Garden, I believe, was 5th, and now he's dropped down to 8th. Not ideal, but at least he's still going to get some decent points in this race. Another yellow flag. It's probably, is it Jacko again? Yeah, it is Jacko. He's not careful. He's going to get lapped, but actually, he is going to get lapped, actually. Quite embarrassing, but it is quite a short lap, so not really that surprised. So, Cam could be on course to be getting his first race victory of the night, which is a good way to wrap off tonight's proceedings. Don't forget, we still got one more night on Thursday. Cam comes across the line, and he wins in Zandvoort, the final race of the night. Jamie in 2nd, Jordan 3rd, Owen in 4th. Jacko comes across the line and lap down in P11, the only driver out of the finishers to not score a point. Arnold in 5th, Khalifa in 5th now, actually due to penalties. New Garden in 6th, Arnold 7th, due to the amount of penalties that he's got. Yuri in 8th, then we got Thomas, and then Indecisive gets a point, so well done to him. Wow, that was actually a pretty good race. I thought it was going to be typical. The race where it's going to be the least overtakes, it's actually been proved to be very, very successful. So they've definitely, the drivers have proven me wrong there. So, here we go then. So I am starving, so I'm going to be having some food in a second. But I want to go through the final results for tonight and then, obviously, the standings. So, Cam wins from Jamie, Jordan, Owen, Khalifa. Jamie picks the fastest lap. We've got New Garden, Arnold, Yuri, Thomas, and then Indecisive with Jacko a lap down. And we obviously Dexter, Kyle, and Pete in 14th. Standings then, quickly. Khalifa leads going into Thursday on 17 points. Arnold in 2nd. Kyle in 3rd. Owen in 4th. Cam in 5th. Jamie in 6th, Pete in 7th, Dexter in 8th, Jordan in 9th, Yuri rounds up your top 10, and then we got Jacko, Newgarden, Indecisive, and Thomas. So that is what the drivers will have to contend with going into Thursday. And the drivers will be in the unknown in terms of championship positions until the end of Thursday night now. So very interesting there. So that is the end of tonight's proceedings. We'll have more of this to come on Thursday, same time, around 5 to 7. And so I'll give you a quick recap of what happened, obviously, today, and obviously the format. So just in case for those of you that are new to the format, we'll get to experience it once again. But it's been a good night overall, I have to say. And we will give a quick recap of what we're experiencing on June the 3rd on Thursday. So first of all, we will be starting in Austria, and then we'll be heading to Belgium. Belgium's going to be interesting, to say the least. El Rouge, Radion. Hopefully these guys will keep it cautious there. Then we've got Brazil, Bahrain short, Japan, USA short, 2 short tracks. That could be interesting. Canada, and then we end off in Austria again. Don't forget, that was the last round where the drivers did not know until around about 45 minutes before, and they did not know it was a 100% race. Luckily, it's a 5-lapper race this time, so they're going to be relieved about that. Unless Jacko has any twist involved, which I don't think he has. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to have to go now. I think I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your evening now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow, not tomorrow. Thursday, sorry, at 6:55 p.m. for more JACKOCAR Mini Cup Series action and the final event on F1 2020. Have a good evening, everybody, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.